Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Tato, back again with recipes that make you wanna cook, and today we're making these delicious coconut scones. Let's get started, and as usual, I will leave all the ingredients in the description box down below. We're gonna begin by sifting our flour just so we have that beautiful, light, and fluffy scone. Then we're gonna add some baking powder and a cup of sugar. Depending on how sweet you like your scone, you can adjust the level of sugar that you add in there. You're going to mix that through and set it aside. I'm using some margarine, which is about roughly 250 grams of margarine. You can also use salted or unsalted butter, just depends on your budget, honey. Okay, now I want to chop up my butter into bite sizes or cubes so that it's easier for me to incorporate it with the flour. Alternatively, you can decide to slightly melt the butter in the microwave for about 30 seconds. We're going to add the margarine into the flour, and I'm using this tool to incorporate both the flour and the margarine. You want your flour to be totally saturated with the margarine, and with that result, it's going to change color and be resemble breadcrumbs as well. And that is the texture that you're looking for. This is when you're going to add our coconut. This is desiccated coconut, about 100 grams. If you want your scones more coconutty, please do add another packet, but I only had this one packet, hence I used it. But if I had more, definitely honey. Okay, in another bowl, you're gonna go ahead and combine together the wet ingredients, starting with your eggs and inkomazi, or cultured buttermilk will also work fine. Otherwise, if you don't have that, you can also mix a tablespoon of lemon juice or vinegar with 1 cup of milk to create that buttermilk that you're looking for. When combining together the wet and the dry ingredients, you want to do it gradually and gently so that you prevent over mixing. Hence, that will create a really tough scone. So you want to gradually mix in the wet ingredients into the dry section by section, gently so that we prevent over mixing, because we're still going to work on the dough by rolling it out, and that also counts as working on the dough and will toughen the baking powder. So you want to work as light as possible. Once that's combined, I'm going to slightly put it together with my hand so that it becomes one, and when we're rolling it out, it's much easier. For this step, we're going to need a cookie cutter or any round sharp thing that can cut through. You're going to need a rolling pin or your hand and some flour on the side. Make sure to flour your surface generously so that the dough does not stick to it. Place the dough onto this floured surface and pat it on the sides to create a uniform look, or you can try honey. Okay, then we're going also to flour your rolling pin and roll the dough down to your desired height. Okay, the higher your dough is, the higher your scone will rise. The flatter your dough is, the wider your scone will spread. Okay, so you want a little bit of thickness with scones so that they rise higher in the oven instead of spread and become something else. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to place it on a baking sheet lined with baking paper, just like so, side by side, leaving some little space in between them. And once that's done, you're going to brush them with some egg on top, just for that shiny, beautiful golden crust that we all love. Alternatively, you can just use some milk, fresh milk, that will also do the trick. Bake in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until golden brown on top and delicious. These scones are so delicious. The coconut flavor, honey, is out of this world. And to top it off, they're so fluffy, so soft, so yummy, honey. I hope you try the recipe and let me know how it turns out. Enjoy with your family on this cozy winter.